Alright guys, welcome back to day 3 of fall interim review. Let's go ahead and jump right into our first question. Make it short and quick and simple. Okay. John spent $36 to buy 4 basketballs. What was the price per basketball? So here are some key points. He spent $36 for 4 basketballs. Okay, and they're asking what is the price per basketball? When they say per, this means 1 basketball. So go ahead and make sure, please write this down. Okay, everything I highlight or write, please do that as well. Okay, so in order for me to figure this out, if I spent $36 for 4 basketball, then that tells me, and I want to know for 1 basketball, I can go ahead and set up this ratio. I can take 36 divided by 4, right? Yeah, I can write as ratio. Well, if this is 1 basketball, well, how much money would that be, right? That's also setting up as a ratio, or the other way to quickly figure this out is just go ahead writing 36 divided by 4, which is $9 per 1 basketball. It's $9. The bottom number, this represents basketball. Okay, I'm taking 36 divided by 4, basically. I'm gonna write it another way. 36 divided by 4 is equal to $9 per, and that's the per, you say. So there's a couple of different ways that you can set this up. Alright guys, and that's number 1. Alright, let's do number 2. What is the difference between the difference of 7/8 and 1/3? Well, when difference means subtract, or you could also say minus. So if I want to subtract 7/8 minus 1/3, if I go ahead and do the bow tie method, this would be 24, right? And I would do 8 times 3, that's 24, and then we do 7 times 3, which is 21, and then you do 8 times 1, right, minus 8, right, and what do you get? Well, 21 minus 8 is 13 over 24. And that is the difference between these two fractions. Okay, guys? So that's one way. You can do it another way if you like. So I'm going to jump on to number 3. Okay, so number 3 tells us that I want to convert 11/20. So this is alright, 11/20. And I want to go from fraction to decimal, right? Remember the Edpuzzle videos. So what I do, I have a couple of methods. Method 1 is I write 11/20. And if I make my denominator, if I take my denominator to be 100, right? Sometimes 20 times something is 100. 20 times 5 is 100. So I multiply that by 5. 11 times 5 is 55. If I know 55 over 100, then that just tells me it's 55. Thinking about cents, right? It's 55 cents. So that is method 1. So I can try method 2. Method 2 would be with long division. You take 11/20. You can say long division. Okay, so then go ahead and draw your t, right? And then go ahead and put the 11 inside, put the decimal, and then cancel and we'll cross out the 11, right? Erase that so it's gone. Make sense? Okay, so 20 goes into 11 how many times? Well, 0 times. And then well, how many times does 20 go into 110? Well, 5 times, that's 100. You subtract, you get 10 left, bring down the 0, 20 goes into 100, 5 times. That checks out. So what's my decimal? 0.55, or you do method 1. Okay, all right guys, last problem of the day, number 4. Here we go. Now Seth picks 3/4 pound of peppers from his garden every day. So he gets 3/4 pounds. So here's the number, 3/4 pounds, and the important part is every day. How many pounds of peppers will he pick in how many days? Here's the kicker, 12 days. So if you don't recognize this is multiplication, if you don't recognize this, then you need to write for yourself day 1 is 3/4 pounds. Day 2 is 3/4 plus 3/4, right? Or you can say 3/4 times 2, right? Or you can say 3/4 times 1. Day 3, I can just go ahead, now you see a pattern, it's repeated itself, right? So 3/4 times 3 because it's day 3. So fast forward this, right, to day 12, which gives me 3/4 times, well, I can do parentheses, times 4. Right, oh no, sorry, not 4, my mistake, times 12. So if I were to rewrite it, right, 12 is a whole number, then you put 12 over 1. And then if you remember cross-canceling, 4 divided by 4, that's 1. 12 divided by 4 is 3. 3 times 3 is 9. My answer is 9. Not 9 days. 9 pounds, right, in 12 days. All right, guys, good job. Please write all this down and show me your notebook so I can stamp it. All right, and your assessment will be in about 2-3 weeks.